Is my twin flame there yet? Is my twin flame there yet? Is he? Is my divine masculine coming tomorrow, today, in 5 seconds, or never? Stay with us to find out how does this work on the twin flame journey. How can you know when it's time for you to be in union?
Hello and welcome to our channel Twin Flames Embrace. We are Paco and Déborah, Twin Flames in Union and certified ascensions coaches by Twin Flame Universe. Like hundreds of other students too, we came into our Twin Flame Union because of the teachings of Union. And from the perspective of the teachings of Union, we look into divine timing and how you can unlock being together with your twin flame by looking into the divine plan on your twin flame journey. We will share how divine timing unfolds in our twin flame journey, and we will share with you how you can find more peace on your twin flame journey with trusting the divine plan for your twin flame journey.
So, what's divine timing? What do we mean by divine timing in this journey? And it's not really like this mystical thing of the sky is gonna crack open and my twin flame is gonna suddenly drop from the sky from night to day or day to night. It's more so like Paco has been saying in the introduction of this video, learning to trust the unfolding of the process, the unfolding of the journey, because there are very specific steps that we need to take in order for us to be able to come into union and manifest harmony in that relationship with our twin flame. So let's get to basics. It's always good to start with the basics.
Exactly.
What are twin flames then?
Yeah, what are twin flames? Your twin flame is your perfect soul. What do we mean by your perfect soul? Your twin flame is the same as you, just the other energy. You are divine feminine energy or divine masculine energy. And together you are twin flames. You come from the same source, from the same consciousness. And so everything you experience on your twin flame journey, your twin flame will mirror you. Everything that feels not good inside of you, your twin flame will mirror you on the outside, in the real life. And why is that so? Because your twin flame loves you unconditionally, even they are not aware of being your twin flame. So they will trigger all these places inside of you. They feel not good, and why you do things to yourself that feel not good, like not acknowledging what you really would like to do, or having patterns they destroy more your joy than bring you joy. All of that will your twin flame mirror to you. Yeah, that's why your twin flame is perfect just for you and only for you. And your twin flame is your perfect mirror of what you do to yourself constantly. That is why the twin flame journey is so different than other relationships, because your twin flame is created for you to learn self love, to grow in self love, to grow in unconditional love. Everything your twin flame brings into your life is that you learn to set boundaries or to trust what is coming next to you, trust the process, trust divine plan in your life.
This takes us to the next key point about this topic, which is trusting the plan. And for those of you who are new to the twin flame journey, and for those of you who've been around but still it's always good to have a refresher, there are like steps for our healing that we can be in union with our twin flame. As Paco was saying, we are mirrors from each other. This means that there needs to be an ability to handle the dynamic where it's being presented to us. And we are talking about not all, like looking at the places where we don't always feel like super pretty about, or the things that we would rather hide under the rug and not show anyone, not even ourselves. But that's the thing. we are all, and I've known I did this at the beginning of my journey. It's like, oh, I want my twin flame, I want my twin flame, without really understanding what I was calling in. And of course, thanks to this book, it got really very clear. It was just calling all of who I am, and that meant having to heal in certain places that I can allow myself to be who I am. And this is what manifested us revealing each other as twin flames and being together. And of course, that again took a step. I like it because Jeff and Shelia always explain in their twin flame ascension classes, when we are calling in our union, we are not building like a shack, we are building a palace, like the biggest palace we can possibly think of.
Yes,
And to build a palace, we need to follow certain steps. We cannot put first a window if there's no wall, and we cannot put a wall if there's no like floor or
foundation.
foundation. We cannot lay the first brick without a foundation.
Exactly.
So in truth, that's what we are like diving into. It's not again like, oh, okay, I just don't do anything and my union will just simply come.
That's not divine timing. That's not the divine plan.
No, there's actually, you're a very active participant of you coming into union. You have to do
Exactly.
something to
Hmm.
have it, and that something is basically healing. We do it with the mirror exercise, as explained in Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover, one of like Jeff and Shelia's book, which is basic first stepping stone to really understand what this journey is all about. And that is actually the real perspective that we need to keep into account when facing or embracing this journey. It's not out in the woo-woo land. There are steps into our healing, because there's also true that if you're gonna hold your perfect mirror closer to you, which is this is basically what happens in your union when you are physically with your twin flame. If you don't really like what you're looking at the mirror, having that mirror very close to you is going to be very uncomfortable. And this is what we've seen in the community, the Twin Flames Universe community in Facebook. Link is always down below. Is that when people rush into their unions without having found this ability to navigate through the blocks and the upsets that are being presented, they immediately fall out of union. And they come and they go, and they come and they go, or maybe they don't come back at all, and they choose separation again. So the idea is to have that foundation laid out, and by taking the steps, and the journey itself is going to help you do that, build that trust that as you are choosing to be with your twin flame, they are one with you at the core, they are having the same choices, they are going to choose to be with you as well. So there is like no waiting. This is our next point. There is like no waiting around. Oh,
Yes.
when is my twin flame gonna come?
I feel this is very important. Divine timing has nothing to do with you waiting or you just looking at oracle card readings.
Mm-hmm.
Like Deborah is explaining it, in truth, it's a very active process,
Mm-hmm.
but does not mean you are always have to do something. Sometimes you have just to process something.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the divine plan in truth.
Yeah, it's like building a Lego. I always like that example. Lego comes with, for those of you who've never made a Lego, comes with an instruction manual exactly on like which order you have to put the pieces, or even like a puzzle. And that's exactly how this works. You have like a 5,000 puzzle piece laying there. All the chips are kind of like in the at the table, and you're like, okay, what do I do with this? And then you just simply start putting the pieces. And sometimes it will not make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you will be working on this part. Like I've seen this when Paco sometimes builds his Legos. I'm like, okay, this doesn't seem to be making any sense. But as you keep going and you keep pulling those building blocks, as Jeff and Shelia also call them, then the whole picture starts to take place. And this is again like trusting that the steps that you're being guided through are taking you to where you want to go, which is your twin flame union.
Yeah, and Deborah, we can be honest with with you. We still have places where we trigger each other very deeply in a very
Mm-hmm.
hurt place.
Mm-hmm.
And when we would have found each other without the teaching of union,
Mm-hmm.
we would not be together anymore.
No, I would not have been compassionate.
And it would be not compassionate at all because they got feelings triggered inside of us. They were very intense. And
Mm-hmm.
with the mirror exercise and Twin Flame Ascension School class, we were able to learn how to feel them, process them, not project them constantly on our twin flame, but feel them inside of us
Mm-hmm.
and let go of them. And we have to do that day in and day out. And still, sometimes we have fights. It's getting better because we are healing on it.
Yeah, we are not gonna feel that, but we still have our fights, like any couple will do in truth. So it's something that we gonna have to get used to. That you're gonna not, no one is exempt or deprived from having these upsets with their twin flames, unless you are an ascended master, which means that you're in perfect union with God. You will
Exactly.
still have something to work on that relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, but now we are looking at what is the divine plan showing us with what is coming up through this nasty fight, for example.
Mm.
We are kind of going about it in a very loving way because we know there is a divine plan underneath, because the divine plan is showing us, the universe is showing us, now is the right timing to look at it. This is divine timing. This is coming up for a reason.
Yeah, this is instruction manual number 37. This is your next piece.
Yes.
And it not doesn't always is comfortable or anything, but we still have tools like we've been mentioning. And in Twin Flames universe, there's plenty of resources to accompany and support us in our journey. Nobody has to do it alone, and actually nobody has attained their union or harmonious union alone. So, but I also get the feeling that those of you watching this video are okay. I'm understanding what the actual like truth behind divine timing is and what it actually means. But okay, hey, Deb, Paco, how do I know that I'm aligning then? How do I know that I'm taking the steps and I'm actually following what I'm supposed to be following? Like, how do I know?
How do they know, Deborah?
Uh-huh. Well, you know all the signs that you have been catching up here and there. And if you want to know more, we do have another couple of videos in the channel, so you can go check them out. These are the universe speaking to you, saying, yes, keep going. You're doing it right. You're following the steps.
You're following the plan.
Yeah, and again, it's like the example of the puzzle piece. It may look a little wonky. It may not seem like it's making sense, but as you keep going, every single piece of it will fall into place. And sometimes there are healings that require a little more space, or let's say time, like it will be prolonged. Maybe you will be healing through a pattern for days or weeks or months or maybe years. You will be healing around being our authentic self since we finally like began, I think,
Yes.
if not from before too.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's okay to have patience and compassion. It's actually two of the 8 keys to harmonious twin flame union. So the signs that you are aligning are pretty much gonna be screaming in your face, and you will know what these signs are. And the most important one I feel to share in this video is that the closer you are coming to your union, the more at peace you will feel with the whole process and
Mm-hmm.
where you are at in your journey. I know that that was my experience before revealing Paco
Mm-hmm.
as my twin flame. I was like super surrender. I was like, okay, I like keep going. I cannot but meet my twin flame at some point eventually. Like this person is somewhere. And I had enough experiences up until that point to know that the universe always conspires in my favor. So what I want will come to me, provided again that we do the steps, that we take the steps. And this is all that is required. It's just taking the steps and learning how to love ourselves. This is the greatest place to start. Go check out the book.
Exactly. You can learn to surrender more in the process. You learn how to navigate your twin flame journey and how to align with the divine plan in your divine time. Thank you for watching the video, and we see you in the next one.